Okay, is this thing on? All right, this video is about why I think I have a good rating. Right now, my rating is 4.9. Basically, it's 4.88. Uber rounds up. The passengers see the actual like round up numbers. They don't go out to two decimal places with the passenger. But I've done 430 Uber rides, which is quite a bit. About 30 some Lyft rides. So with Lyft, I was at a 4.7. So yeah, number one is I have a clean car. Number two is you know when to talk to them and when not to talk to them. Three, I'll go the extra mile. I'll put the bags in the, I'll put the bags into the trunk, open the doors sometimes. If it's safe enough. Just be friendly. I'll say, hey, how's your day going, and things like that. Any plans for the weekend? But yeah, have a clean car. Be courteous, friendly. I kind of know the area quite well. I've driven all around the Twin Cities for different jobs, and so I know the roads. Some people going to work have to go into a certain entrance of their job, so I kind of learned that right away. Oh, do you have a preferred entrance? Ask them that, because sometimes they have to go in the back door. They can't go through the main door if they're an employee. So you get that's a good trick to know. Always ask them if they're going to the airport what terminal. We have two terminals. We have the Terminal 1, Terminal 2, which used to be the Lindbergh-Humphrey terminal. So I always ask them that, because sometimes in your GPS it'll say to go out to the middle of the runway, which isn't right, and it'll have you take you the wrong way to the airport. So need to know that. I provide mints. I used to provide water. I don't do water anymore. I have mints. I have my promo cards. Gotta be friendly and happy. If you're in a shitty mood, you're not gonna get good ratings. Yeah, get them to the right spot. That's key. Get them to the right spot. Or a lot of times you ask them, hey, do you have a preferred route to get home? Do you have a preferred entrance to get? Kind of make them part of the ride. Make them part of the ride. That kind of interact with them. Also admit to your mistakes too. I admit to my mistakes. If I go down the wrong road, I'm like, oh, sorry, I just missed your turn, or basically just be a dumbass. I'm like, I'm sorry, I just effed up right there and I missed your turn. Or I always say, let me end your trip early. It's not going to save them a whole lot of money sometimes but I'll try to end as early as possible. 9 out of 10 times they're just like, holy shit, you ended my trip early. Like, hey, you admitted to your mistakes. So yeah, admit to your mistakes. I think I work pretty well in stressful situations. My day job, my previous jobs, I had to deal with a lot of stress, a lot of situations where you're under a lot of pressure, and so I'm pretty good at under high pressure situations, and just know how to handle those kind of things. So, for example, you downtown Minneapolis, your GPS isn't working. You got two people in the back, and they're like, "Hey, let's start going. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Why aren't we leaving yet?" And you kind of gotta, calm the situation down. Tell them, say, "Hey, this has happened before. We're in, these buildings are way too tall. Let me go around the block, or let me, your trip hasn't started. I don't have your address. I don't know where the heck we're going. I don't want to take you the wrong way." I watched a lot of videos too. I think that's another reason I've watched Uberman quite a bit. Anthony Darst, the rideshare guys, and then Rideshare. I think his name is Rideshare. It's spelled differently, but you can see I think I have my links posted there, or the subscriptions to those four guys. So that helped a lot with things like some of the different tricks. So try to make a a negative situation positive. Try to do something like, hey, there's help yourself to some mints, or hey, I ended your trip early to help you save a little bit of money because I kind of screwed up back there. I'm sorry about that. So just admit to it. Like a taxi driver, would they admit that they took you on the wrong turn or wrong road, or charged you too much? No, they're not going to do that.